What is good, people? So today I'm going to take you through a full day of eating. It's actually slightly different to a usual day's eating. Same macros, calories, but I'm actually training later in the day, so I'm kind of moving food sources about and changing it just so it's more convenient for me. I'm actually having a cream of rice meal, which I wouldn't usually have, over normal rice, and the reason being is when I'm going to be eating my normal rice, it would be cold, and I'm just not about that life, so I'd rather have cream of rice, which I can eat cold, which works well. So yeah, I'll run you through it anyway. So meal number one, going in, make sure this mic is on. It is. We've got, what will help is if I get my phone out and I'll tell you, I pretty much know what it is anyway. So we've got 80 grams of oats. Would you believe it? This is 80 grams. This is like a bloody serving bowl. And what I do is I put 80 grams of oats in, then I put about 500 grams of water, microwave it for 10 minutes, and leave it to set for like an hour. You can see it just sets, it goes hard. That's how I like my oats. And the amount of volume, you look at all of that. That's like 300 calories, look at all that volume. Like, people don't realize how important it is to optimize, your food choices in a diet. Like if I was to just have 80 grams of oats and, barely microwave it, I'd eat it within a minute. Whereas this is gonna take me 5 minutes. It's gonna keep me full, it's gonna keep me satiated. It's gonna make adherence to the diet easier. So 80 grams of oats going in there. What we are actually going to do quickly is weigh out my salt for the day. So just a trick when weighing out salt that people don't realize is salt for some reason won't weigh out on a normal scale if you start it from zero. So what the trick is I'm basically gonna set the scales. I'm gonna pop this on there, which says 16 grams. Okay, and I actually do 10 grams of salt a day, which some people may think is crazy, but I'm drinking 8+ liters a day. And I'm a big heavy sweater. I was in this morning doing cardio. I've already done 3 liters of water before I've even drank any food. And you've got to replace your electrolytes. You've got to replace, the sodium, magnesium, potassium. And what you're looking for as an athlete, depending on how much you sweat, depending on how much you drink, depending on how much fluid you're taking through your normal foods, you're looking between getting 4,000, really as a minimum 4,000 milligrams of sodium, potassium as a 1-to-1 ratio. So, for me to get that, I need to do 10 grams of pink salt. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. So that's my pink salt weighed out for the day. I'll just spread that over my meals. I'm gonna start off with around 2 grams of pink salt going in on my oats, which tastes really, really good. It makes a lovely difference on my oats. Especially, I'm a fan of like salty food, and especially with the ways that I'm going to use. So what we've got is we're going to go for 30 grams of the chocolate peanut butter flavor powder, and we're actually going to use 1 serving of this, which is 16 grams, just to make it more peanut buttery. It works really, really good. This is basically peanut butter powder, so they basically take loads of the fats out of it, but it still tastes like peanut butter. If you don't know, get to know. This whey paste, this meal is going to be outrageous. So what I'm going to use is a little bit of almond milk, around 60 grams, just so it gets me a bit of a nicer consistency, a little bit thicker, which is what you want in water. And I've got 1 serving of this, which is going to be 16 grams. 1 serving of peanut butter powder, 16 grams going in. Perfecto. And then we've got 30 grams of whey protein. Perfecto. And I'm actually going to do a scoop of creatine. If you are supplementing creatine, guys, the best time to have it is when you're having carbohydrates. And the reason for that is when you eat carbohydrates, you spike your insulin, which is basically carries nutrients. So, you're going to uptake creatine better. So that's that. We're going to literally mix that together. And if you were here, guys, you can smell how peanut buttery that is. It's unreal. But you can see it just comes out like a thick kind of paste. And all I'm going to do now, spread that on top of my oats. then just spread it around, get it nice and even. And I kid you not, I've got a massive bowl of what for me tastes like almost like Reese's. It's like a dessert. I wake up and I get to eat a dessert every morning. This is literally just unreal. So that's meal one. So just to recap, we've got 1 serving of peanut butter powder, which is 16 grams, 30 grams of whey, a little bit of almond milk, and then obviously 80 grams of oats. That's that. And then I also have 1 whole egg that I'm gonna have, which I've already boiled, which I'll just crack up and I'll chuck in there like a weirdo just to get the rest of the peanut butter paste that's there. So I'll settle this up and I'll show you. Just got my 1 boiled egg. There's my 1 egg. Chuck that in there. Sprinkle of salt. And I basically will just smush that round. So now I've got a peanut buttery salty egg. Sounds crazy. I love peanut butter. So there are these meals. Massive bowl of oats. I've got my 1 egg in there. This is literally the dream to me. And that meal comes to 561 calories, 41 grams of protein, 41 grams of protein, 70 grams of carbs, 14 grams of fat. Absolute buzzing to get stuck into this. Honestly guys, the taste of this, it's just next level. Look at that. If you have not tried oats and whey paste, please do. And then I'm just taking it a step further. Oats, chocolate peanut butter, whey paste with peanut butter powder to make it even more peanutty, and then adding salt. Oh, this is to die for. I'm gonna enjoy this meal. I'll see you on the next meal. Yes guys, so here for meal number 2. Very small, simple meal. 194 calories, 27 grams of protein, 20 grams of carb, 0 fat. So we've got 250 grams of Fage 0% Greek yogurt, 50 grams of raspberries, 50 grams of blueberries. So I literally make this probably an hour before I eat it. I mix in the yogurt with the raspberries and blueberries, and then I literally chuck it in the freezer for like an hour, and then kind of makes it into like a frozen yogurt. And for me, it just makes the yogurt so much more enjoyable by just having that frozen texture to it. I usually actually have this in the evening, and I usually do 500 grams. But again, where I'm going to be training late, I'm only going to be having 1 meal after I train. So this would usually be my last meal of the day. So I'm mixing my food sources just slightly, so it basically makes more sense. But that is meal number 2. I'm just going to enjoy this whilst, you know, actually working. And I'll see you ready for meal number 3. Yes guys, so we've just got a little snack going in. I'd usually actually have this banana intra-workout, but because I've got a heavy amount of carbs pre and post workout today, I'm just going to have it earlier in the day as a snack. So we've got 100 grams of banana, and we've got 100 grams of pear, 2 fruits going in. I like to aim for, depending on whether I'm in the diet phase or whether I'm in the off season, I still want to get a minimum of 200 grams of fruit per day, bare minimum. Really, I want to be pushing 300 grams of fruit, but anywhere up to like 600 grams of fruit per day, and that's the same thing with veg. As you'll see through my diet today, I'm pretty sure I've got 500 grams of veg going in, and 300 to 400 grams of fruit. So those are super important, you know, for fibre intake, micronutrients, you know, all the goodness, all the vitamins. So make sure you keep your fruit in, very important. I'm absolutely buzzing with this week's bios. My man has locked in. No wonder this fires you up, mate. This, you know, like ages ago we was talking about the visualization that I had of you, and it's coming together, right? I was saying about the shoulders, you know, as we get lean, that chest shape will come through, abs will pop through. Mate, we are getting there. We've got, what, like 7 weeks to the shoot? Mate, we've got our training session together at the gym today at 5 PM, which I'm looking forward to a lot. We'll get a good session in, and then we'll have a little look at you after, have a little bit of posing. Boy, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Yes, guys, so meal number 3 going in. Going to be absolutely delicious. Very little carb in this meal. Actually getting the majority of today's fats in. Away from training, just so it doesn't slow digestion. Obviously we want to prioritize carbohydrate around the workout window. You know, resistance training is fueled by glucose, which is carbs, because it's anaerobic. So what we've got is 230 grams of salmon, 100 grams of spinach, and 100, I've got 200 here, 100 grams of mixed veg, which is just kind of like peas, broccoli, you know, all the rest. So that comes out at 530 calories, 63 protein, 8 carb, 29 fat. I'm actually going to take a vitamin C supplement with the spinach, just because we don't actually absorb spinach very well, but when we actually take it with vitamin C, we absorb the nutrients better from that. So yeah, absolutely love salmon. I like cooking it till it goes a little bit crispy in the air fryer, and then plenty of salt on it. Absolutely delicious. So we're gonna get stuck into this meal right now. Yes guys, so I'm just at my mum's because I'm training. I've got a PT in Ashford and I'm training with Jake. So I'll be staying here the night because tomorrow I'm gonna have another 3 PTs in the morning. So we've got 100 grams of cream of rice. I actually pre-make this. So I let it go hard and let it set in the fridge, and I put a paste on it, similar to my oats. So we've got 40 grams of whey, 100 grams of cream of rice. I think it's like a chocolate brownie cream of rice, and the whey paste I've used is brownie. So that's gonna be good. And we've got 200 grams of beetroot going in, probably 100 grams from juice, 100 grams from actual beets. The reason we're doing that pre-workout is because beets are high in nitrates, which is basically, when you look at a lot of the pump products for pre-workouts, you're going to get nitric oxide, and it basically allows you to get a better pump. I'm pretty sure it vasodilates. So we've got beetroot going in, which is basically going to help with blood flow, which means a better pump during a session. So I like to get that in pre-workout, 200 grams of that. And we've got the cream of rice. So macros for this meal: 558 cal, 39 protein, 93 carb, 3 fat in this meal. So I'm going to get this in. I'm training in about an hour and a half. So I don't actually have cream of rice every day. What goes in here and there depending on my day. And I've got to say, I'm really enjoying it right now. It's got like this sweetness kick to it that I just don't get from anything else. Like oats, you can get loads of nice whey flavours, but like the sweetness of the cream of rice, really good. Right, I'm gonna munch this. So that's a very sweaty gym session done with Jake. Very good. Had a little look at him after. He's looking great. So post-workout meal: 80 grams of oats, 40 grams of whey protein, nice and simple. Whey paste, always good volume amount of oats, happy days. 39 protein, 60 carb, 6 fat, 443 calories. So that brings the total calories for the day to 209 protein, 289 carb, 52 fat. Did actually have some aminos which have like 40 calories in. So around the 2,500 calorie mark, to be honest, is most days. Like I said, there's been a few different food sources going in today, but I roughly, am hitting their macros. They will vary slightly. Sometimes fat's a bit lower and carbs a little bit higher, and protein as well. But that's a full days of eating, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. That allows me to hit all my goals. The micronutrient profile in it is spot on, and this diet keeps me satiated and I enjoy it. I've had 2 lots of oats, which I literally love. I've had cream of rice today, which was super nice. I've had salmon, which I literally obsessed with, and I've had frozen yogurt. Like, I'm literally living the dream. But thanks for tuning in, guys. If there's anything in particular that you'd like to see on the next videos, please let me know. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ask any questions down below, and I'll see you on the next video.